let's see if that did the trick. Okay, good. Now it's up there. Don't know why it wasn't working before. They just have too many birds moving around now. And where is this line coming from? One thing I'm finding out with playing on my computer, there's things that don't show up. Like as you can see, this is a road tile, but I don't see any road. I don't know how to fix that. Another one is broken lines, like this red line right here. Why isn't it showing it to me? Yes, I am, Angus. For some reason, it didn't start at right at 17 UCC. I was on, I was playing, I was talking, but no video was coming through. So you asked a question about commander respect and giving it to another respect. No, you can't. If you were playing 1.0 and when we transferred to 2.0, they gave some reset vouchers because certain commanders just became crap after that. Also, they did it after a update they did September of 23, I think. They also gave some commanders respect resets because they changed the way that they played completely. But I don't foresee that happening again. I think they're pretty much set in their ways. They might do minor tweaks or anything, but nothing drastic to warrant that. It would be nice if they did, though. I have a few commanders I'd like to reset. I know that. And right now I'm just trying to siege down some of these tiles and hoping that birds can take them. Yeah, they and some people still have some of those tickets. I know I was helping a guy with his gear and commanders yesterday or the day before, and he still has a bunch of those vouchers. And I was surprised. I was really, really surprised. So I don't know if you heard me before, but what I was saying when my screen wasn't showing, we're making a last ditch effort to take Adoris from Gundor. That way we have another capital. Get some rewards. So how was your day today, Angus? Yeah, the manuscripts, they nerfed those as well. They did give a little bit more respect, but for some reason, they made them worth less. They had an event there too, where you, or something about using them at full strength or trading them in, but that wasn't that much. Yep, as you can see, 6 hours left. if we can get here with and take it with 6 hours and 15 minutes left, we can siege Honduras in under 10 minutes and capture before the end of the server. Just depends if we can keep the fortress building and whatnot. Yeah, you're right. It is not needed. There's, for some reason, some very rude people inside the game, whether they just talk crap to the little guys. Some people just like to troll. I don't get it. Such a friendly community for usually. So we are really close. And then you got up here at Dolgador, which we abandoned, and Order Baron God's Pin there. You got Angmar and Lame up there. Gundor here with Lame. But nothing's really going on around the ring. I don't think anybody's even remotely as close as we are to achieving something in the last hours. Let's see. It looks like, yeah, Merc and God had cleared this area, but they got pushed back. Let's scroll down and look at the Gods area, the Gundor area. Okay, we got all lame, 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 order, yeah. They got pushed back too, and that's why they're coming at us so strong now. So, this is the Ask Me Anything stream, and you're the only one talking at the moment. So, let's start with you. What kind of questions do you have? And it literally can be anything about the mega server, or it can be about gameplay, just anything, really. I guess I could let everybody know I'm live streaming really quick. Let's see here. Where are we at? One, two. There's a break between those. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, no, we don't have enough time. 7 tiles alone to get here. That's 35 minutes of occupation, not counting march times. Yeah, we can't make it. But it's fun to try. Yeah, not a problem, Angus. Send me screenshots. I'll always take a look. Okay, so there is no real metric, Pete, On your question about what's the difference between damage and attack, um, trying to think of a good analogy for it, but pretty much, okay, think of a boxing. Okay, you're jabbing, right? And the more attack you have, the better finesse you have. Okay, the better you're going to connect with the person. But the damage is actually how much force you're putting behind it. So both are very important. Um, Damage is more important than attack in a sense of, say you're a smaller player and you have a bone talisman or a worn smoking pipe. Okay, the pipe gives focus, but it does give commander damage. That commander damage is actually more important than the, what is it, 18 commander attack the bone talisman is going to give. I kind of live by, I'll take 1 point of commander damage. I'm willing to sacrifice 10 commander attack for that 1 point of commander damage because both are important. Does that make sense, Pete? Here, let me go into commanders. Somebody that's in a four. Okay, here we go. Shadow. Okay, so just have regular. Xanox, how's it going, buddy? So Pete, like here, this gives me 7 commander attack. This gives me 18. I could have a bone talisman on there, but the, right here, because this gives 7 commander damage, I rather have this on there if that's the only choice I have between that bone talisman and the smoking pipe. So, like I was saying before, I would sacrifice pretty much 10 commander attack for 1 point of commander damage. So, say around 60 to 70 commander attack, I would give up just to have this. Because if you look here, commander damage obviously determines the ability to inflict all types of damage, and it's how much. And then this affects the ability to inflict physical damage. So pretty much, like I was saying with the boxing, this is just your training. It's making it so that you know where to hit and how to hit. This is what's doing the actual damage. I'm sitting at 195 attack right now using a blazing tongue refined 3 times. That would be better than an axe not refined at all. Let me see something. So it is giving you 7 or 8 to 22. Yeah, and base axe is, what is it, 7 to 14 or 7 to 15? Yeah, yeah, you're better off with the blazing tongue. And plus, you're at 195 attack. Your goal is to be above 200, but you're close. Here's another topic that's close to what you're talking about, Pete. Is a command helmet on a damage dealer. Do I got one on Dane? No, I didn't think so. Okay, so a lot of people like command helmets on their damage dealers because command helps your troops stay alive, gives you the most of them are going to give you unit defense and everything. I, I'm not so much a fan of that. I rather have either full attack or end up having the defensive plate. But this is the number that you want when you're thinking about doing a command helmet. You want at least 200 attack from the other three items before you put on a command helm. So right like now, I got 40 attack here. This would drop me down to 177. Command helmet doesn't make sense. Mad Martigan. How's it going, buddy? Yeah, we just don't have enough time over here. We got too many tiles to take. Even if we were doing it uncontested, we'd run up about 5 minutes short of getting this and being able to build. Because in actuality, we only need 15 minutes. 10 minutes to siege, 5 minutes to occupy. So, so I don't know who all has been paying attention to my videos on my free-to-play game-changing army. So, Frodo needs to be every free-to-play player's best friend. He is just the best tank in the game. It's just he doesn't offer anything really to any of the other commanders. Want to take a look at a couple reports that I had. Of course, here I'm just dying. My eagles are dying. Like here. This was a good one for me. The Scotsman. Respect 7, Sauron, Sauron. Wow. Z1 Dane. R10. I remember him being a lot bigger. But still, he's got the better commanders, a lot more CC than me. So I'm happy with these draws, small chunks from my main. Goholo, he's a big boy. He's annoying too. R9, R15, R15, and R6. That's his B team, I think. He might be using it for, yeah, because here's his A team. He was just using that one because of what it was. Yeah, this is when he rushed back. Okay. Come on, nobody has questions? This is the Ask Me stream. Ask anything you want. What do you get hit with? This has definitely been an aggravating server, just because of the way that it started out, but it was good. I mean, after you got past the frustrations of everybody thinking everybody's in an alliance and all the diplomacy, it was fun. I mean, I'm 1.2 million almost. I'll get another little bit before season's over. A lot of egos. That is for sure. There is definitely a lot of egos. Egos don't fit my style of play. I just do whatever needs to be done for the team. That's why I have no problem taking my main army and hitting a complete Kraken. I got no ego. I'm going to cause a draw and take a small chunk. Hey Marty, send me DM with your army. I wanted to show something on your army that I noticed the other day. That is funny, Aegis. People will talk crap, and then all of a sudden, next thing they know, they're uprooted. It happens a lot. How many more days left in your server, Angus? Because I remember you saying it's pretty much a dead server at this point. Yeah, sometimes it is hard though, trying to think of questions or chat and play at the same time. For me, it's easy. I just need to look at the screen because all my eagles are dead now. Still 26 days. Ouch. Yeah, this is Marty's. He's got a very, very nice army. There was something that I saw on yours. I don't remember what it was now. Oh, we gotta get matches here. Come on, you're slacking, Marty. Oh, here was a good example. Like, how much does he get? He's getting, wow, he's getting 30. Damn, you had some good rolls. Four commander attack, one HP. So when you guys get a relic and you go to strengthen it, it costs a lot of gold gear. But when you do that, it's going to give you one random stat. And two of these, defense and unit attack, help Bayorn at none at all. But somehow he got 4 out of the 5 rolls commander attack. That is amazing. That was what I was laughing at. I've never seen a better roll in my life on this kind of relic. But so he's getting 30 attack from there. So he's at 229 without his relic. And this is what I was saying about being over 200 commander attack with 3 items. So he's getting it from the Palantir, the axe, and the helmet. And he's able to run this defensive plate. to give him the extra unit defense. If he wanted to, he could probably run like a Berserker's Raiment and then a command helmet, which a lot of people like doing, but I don't personally. I like this kind of setup better. Elf Hallbrook or the Durin's Plate. Yeah, that's what amazed me was those rolls. I got some great rolls from Yes You Did. That's good, Angus. It's hard having discipline trying to save up those matems because it's like I want to spend, I want to take my chance and get something good now. Hmm. Yeah, that don't work. Hey, CJ Gaming, good to see you. Hey, you could always make this a power overwhelming set. Put the Elf Hallbuck on him, put the Durin's Plate on Sauron. You're matching. Bing, bang, boom. Just kidding. It's actually not that bad of an idea because if he nukes himself in round four, it's horrible. Yeah, I tried to come over here and take the spring before I got on the live stream about an hour ago, and they got it stacked up. There was like 13 armies there. Well, yeah, I mean, the R10 Saruman, you're not really doing a fair comparison. Okay, one, it's you're talking focus damage against physical damage, Marty. But the biggest thing is Saruman brings up so much more crowd control with all his madness that he has. I mean, you could test Dane compared to Bayorn. That's a lot closer test because then you're doing two physical damage dealers. Bayorn still has, the one madness chance, and then he's got that bomb on round four, and then madness immunity. I mean, that's a lot closer to the test, but the Saruman and Z11 Dane is just, oh, it's a lot different. Because with Saruman, it's also you're getting this head of White Council to kill off the enemy White Council. So right there automatically increases the damage you're going to deal to that enemy. Because instead of having White Council for at least two full rounds, there's some times that Saruman and the rest of the army can get it down and wiped out at the beginning of round two. Plus, it also depends on who you're fighting too. Yeah, but this is just a huge skill. I think they're going to end up nuking this skill, to be honest with you. Probably in like 6 months, they'll probably change it to two enemy formations each round. Same, and this will end up being two formations too. I could see that happening because that's a perfect example. Marty saying that his R10 Sauron performed better than the Z11 Dane. Well, that's kind of, it's not that Saruman is like god level, but it's just his ability to chew through enemy white council, which increases everybody's damage output in your army. Not to mention his CC with his madness and everything. Because there's a lot of people using Saruman that's, say, R6. Who needs a topper? He needs a topper. Um, People are using an R6 Saruman instead of their R15 whatever or Z level commanders. The game's not going to like that because then people are spending money in the wrong place. and then they realize they don't have to spend the money. Oh yeah, it's well, sharding white council is going to help any damage dealer, Dane included. For those that don't know, CJ Gaming is somebody that also is a smaller level player. He started a page, YouTube channel as well. Check him out. He does different kinds of content. And who's this coming at me? I hate these atomic guys. Some of them are just way too big. I think the some of the only fights that I fought that I didn't cause a draw were against a couple of the atomic boys. Yeah. But the thing is, I caused a draw and now I'm protecting the occupation of that tile. And that is my job. And Dane's dying every single round, every single time. I need to figure out a way to keep him alive. That's the only problem I have with this formation. Now who's hitting? Oh no. Somebody hit him or top me, please. This is the way we need to be going. It's the shortest distance. 4 tiles until we get to the spring. Going this way, you gotta go crisscross. Not to mention this way, blocks, oncoming. Oh, we got it blocked back here. What do you think of adding a splash damage element to some troops? Similar to. What do you mean by that, Marty? What do you think of adding a splash damage element to some troops, similar to some DD skills? Are you talking about kind of like bleed? Because that would definitely change the dynamic. That would make things a little bit weird. Could be fun if it's what I'm thinking. You're thinking because they had splash damage in 1.0. Oh crap. Oh, okay, I gotcha. I think then if you're talking about doing that with troops, then you're starting to get into where once they rework the system, troop damage would be the way to go over commander damage, which I don't think they're going to let happen. They do need to increase commander damage, but they won't. They won't ever get it to where troop damage is more than commanders. There's too much money in commanders. You can spend money on commanders. You can't spend money on troops. Hi Noah, how's it going? Because there has to be a balance for troop damage compared to commander damage. At this point, we're just playing to play. Getting some good fights though. Okay, let's see. That's that one. Is this one upgraded? What do you think is the worst spawn region in role play? I don't think it matters whether it's role play or regular. Um, so thank you, Nina, very much. That is awesome. You have no idea how much I appreciate that. So, as far as spawn regions go, um, one thing that I had an issue with on this season, at the beginning, we did not get any tips from mobs. Actually, we still haven't. So, and I'm not sure if that's an Angmar thing. I'm not sure if that was just a glitch for the server or what. No, thank you, Nina. You have no idea how much any tip means. It is awesome. Thank you very much. Um, we didn't have any tips from mobs. Again, I don't know if that was because of the spawn region or because of glitch in the server. Because Gundor had spawn tips, people or mob tips. People don't think that that's a big deal, but a lot of smaller players live off of those mob tips from the resources. I mean, I probably do 5 to 700 mobs to my first 24 hours. And when you're doing that many level 6 and 10 mobs, that's a lot of resources from tips. Um, I think Arnor is great because of Woz's, and that's the only reason. I've been particular to Gundor. Erebor I like because I like dwarves. I think Ruin is in a bad spot. I think they probably have the worst. Them and Linden probably have the worst two spawns because, like here, that when this pass opens up, and then you have these passes, that's a lot of area to cover. I mean, if you have strong teams in Angmar and Arnor, you're just screwed. And same thing with Ruin. They're sandwiched in between Mordor, Erebor. I mean, Lothlorien can get to them somewhat easily going this route. I mean, Gundor, usually Mordor's a lot quieter. I mean, Gundor usually comes this way, always, for more farmland after the first passes open up. I think Mordor, Arnor probably are the two stronger spawn regions for um, role play, or I should say, could be, because Mordor. I mean, you come up here, you have Gondor, you can fight. You have Ruin here. You have a lot of opportunity, but it has to be a strong team in Mordor. A strong team in Mordor would make it the best spawn. But just for casual players, Arnor or Erebor is my thoughts. Yes, I rambled a long time on that topic. So we can't get, we have officially run out of time to be able to get this capital for the rewards. But I'm sure we're going to just keep going at it just because we're here now, we're getting fights. Uprooted the cheeky boy, then left him a wee message. Good job, Angus. That's funny. I don't even think I have enough eagles left. Yeah. Oh, I do. Why not? Yeah, it's funny. I've had this fort here for a week now, waiting for this chance to go after Adoris, and they haven't found me. One thing I miss about the old days, there was a couple guys that it didn't matter what spawn region we were, and I mean it didn't matter. We spawned in um, Linden, and by the end of the season, we would make our way over to these islands, and we would relocate to their islands. That would be our vacation spot at the end of the season. And there was one season we ended up having a PvP free for all. Everybody dropped tags. Well, a lot of people dropped tags, just started fighting inside of this area. That was a lot of fun. What kind of things do you guys do every season? I mean, you've only had a couple seasons, but is there one specific thing you try to do every season? Really? I know people are on tile capacity, but really, look at the tile before you release it, people. Don't do what this, whoever had this tile, release this tile in a reinforcements path. Because now all these guys are going to die. That's Siege. Athena, watch out. Because that's definitely a siege army. I don't know why I'm doing this. I don't even have speed ups. I went so hard, I used up every speed up I had. I had a lot of non seasonal ones in here. I think I had like 50 1 hour speed ups. Okay. I'm back alive. So let's march up here. Ugh. Huh? What is this fortress for? Just so people have range? see what's going on in World Chat. This is something I usually stay out of. I don't like World Chat often. Okay, I'm going to read some of this because it looks like there's some juicy stuff going on. Large account doesn't determine merit. I highly disagree with that one because there is not many people that are more active than me most of the time without having people pilot your account. And size does have a lot to do with your merit. With all of my draws and um, doing a little bit of damage, I'm not getting much merit per fight. I can't believe everyone's still going on about this third team thing. I can't necessarily disagree with this. It was kind of a average server, but there was a lot of fights. Okay, we lost because Merc is so in love with us. Well, honestly, both Gundor and Arnor had a personal grudge. It wasn't just one team, it was both teams. Wow. And this, folks, is why I stay out of World Chats. Big Al, thank you, Marty. Appreciate that. Calling me an eel? You called me an eel? Okay, enough of that. Probably shouldn't have clicked over to that one, but oh well. So, kind of hoping for a lot more questions. Oh, I'm really surprised people haven't come in from Gundor or Erebor asking about different things. Because for a long time they thought we made an alliance with Arnor, which we never did. There's a little bit of an understanding that was left unsaid. Jesus, there's a lot of eagles up here. Yeah. What would you change if we were to have a second mega server in 6 months? Okay, now in 6 months, I would join it. Would I get into another mega server this season or next? Absolutely not. I. It's hard to say. Too many people are too set in their ways. They jump to diplomacy rather than just fight it out. And I understand a leader's job is to get their team a victory, a fun victory. Um, I think you have to do a free for all. At some point, some teams are going to gang up on other teams. It's just a matter of fact. Because, like, right, let me go into up here. Okay, we let Arnor come through this crossing right here, and we left space for them to go. It was either that crossing or this crossing, but either way, we left space for them to walk along the crossing and come in to fight Erebor. It wasn't that we had a pact, it was common interests. If we block them out, then not only are we fighting Erebor up here, we're fighting them too. But by us letting them out and just monitoring our border, you can say, we didn't have to fight two fellowships, or we did, but it was very little because common interests. I think 8 teams is too small. I think you have to make sure that there is no third team. I think you need to. I think people there needs to be no spy accounts, and that was one thing I believe was said at the beginning of this one. But there was, no matter what anybody says, there was spy accounts. One thing happening to block a certain discussion is coincidence, but when it happens 3 or 4 times, yeah, there's a spy. I think you have either one team in every faction, 2 teams in every faction, but like this was not thought out. Having Arnor and Angmar, because the first passes that open, we fight. Gundor and Erebor, when the first passes fight, they have no chance to fight each other. When the first pass is open, I mean. So that put us a development issue. So you have to have at least the most. Or you divide the map down the middle and you do a mega server east versus west. Then it doesn't matter. You do like Fellow did with the random wheel. And whoever's on the west is allied versus the east. Now that's something that could be kind of cool. Because east versus west, at some point, teams are going to meet up in the center. And people at the center just have to fight for it. Because let's see, you have Mordor, Erebor, Ruin, say Lothlorien. Gundor would be kind of have to go this way. Angmar, Linden, Arnor, Rohan. Yeah, I think you leave Gundor blank. I mean, it gives an advantage to whoever's Mordor or Rohan because they get extra farmland, but just that's another spot to fight. It'd be nice to have leaders all agree to play for center and minimize Diplo. Well, the problem with just agreeing to play for center is there's a lot more to this game than just the center. Like this move we tried to do, taking Adoris, okay? It was for an extra capital. It's the most organic thing that happened on the server. Everyone goes to center at some point. But what about these teams? Well, like on this case, what about if Erebor would have just came down here and tried to cut them out of the center completely? You know, that's the facts of the game. That's what you're supposed to try to do, is make it so that you secure your center. Same thing over here. I just think it has to be, you got to minimize Diplo is the biggest thing. More teams, minimize Diplo. I'm only 1.1 million merit now. I took a week and a half off. Hey, Angus, 1 million merit. There's nothing wrong with 1 million merit, okay? I'm at 1.1 million merit as well. And I played my ass off. And I had a week vacation where I was very limited. Actually, 9 days. But there's nothing wrong with that, buddy. Merit isn't the tell all about the game because there's so many things that add to it. I mean, You have tiling wars, um, siege of keeps, siege of enemy forts, things like that. This is probably the most. I bet you this is the most merit I've had in at least 4 seasons. See, half a mil. Well, I got 900 there. Oh, I got 2 million there. Okay, so the past 3 seasons. What should I get here? 1.7. Okay. Oh, yeah. There was a lot of seasons I got small merit because that's not what I focused on. Me being smaller. With mega servers, the big teams involved have a lot of pride. They don't want to be seen as weak in front of the others. Diplo turns into convoluted mess. You're absolutely right. It's too much ego and not enough just regular game playing. Fellow's team losing land. Yeah, fellow. If you're talking about this one, make way here. Yep, I'm live. I'm gonna give that one away because I wasn't paying attention. Why are we going there? Oh, the other way in. Now it's just a matter of doing it, just getting it done. Um, Fellow's team losing land. He's losing ground here, but we don't have enough time to make the fortress. Yeah, there's too much ego involved. Bear and Panda are not going to be happy about this, but Erebor and Lame were the stronger team this season. And it's not about strategy because Gundor's strategy, in my opinion, wasn't good. I mean, they spent way too much time over here instead of fighting to try to get the ring. Same thing with in this ring area. They spent too much time over here fighting Arnor instead of trying to push Erebor. At some point, you got to do a strategical abandonment. Give up land, come back, do what you need to do, because it's going to take them time to take this land back. 2.2 million is not small. Oh no, I don't think it is small. But here, let me also show you this. 13.6. He must have taken yesterday off. But yeah, top hunter is 4.8 on this server. And I've been in some big servers lately. Speaking of, let's go back up here. Because I know some people will want to see. Raven's just, wow. And I can't believe this guy came this close to catching up. Isaac is in third, who is one of the members, which I very much appreciate. You got Beast, Ricky Spanish, Thumper, Dumbo, which is Maddox is piloting that account. Fellow of the Kids. Fellow is taking some time off to play with, to spend time with his family. So I forget who is filling in as the pilot for this one. Yeah, 13.6 million is crazy, but Raven is always on the top of the leaderboard. Two things that drive me nuts are this whole changing your name thing to like this season was Disney. Sorry, I want to know who I'm fighting. Or if you're gonna change your name, this guy I played with last season, turn your history on so people know who you are. This is a community. I mean, people are going to find out who you are eventually. Oh, where were we at? I think we're about here. Riv, 51st. I know he was busy this week with life. It's amazing how life gets in the way of our game. There's the top 100. Jeez. Still 7 minutes march. Um, on paper, I figured Gundor overall would be strongest top to bottom. I did too. I really did think. I think everybody did. Coming in, thought Bear and Panda were the strongest team. Coming in, absolutely. Order Lame second. I think us third. Arnor four. A very very close fourth. But it turns out Erebor and Lame were number one. And I don't necessarily. It's not even just how bad of strategy Gundor had. I understand you have personal things, but you guys just got to put them aside. You know, them pushing this way, they spent way too much time. I understand. You want to make a point. You made it. But then you stayed there an extra week and a half. And then over here, you're fighting Arnor instead of Erebor. What's it matter? Push to here and stop. Let them take some of the land while you make some ground, and then you come back here and defend, so that you stop their push. But you still made this ground here and can keep going up. That was the problem. I think even if they spent more time going for the ring, I think Erebor and Lame would have beat them. I really do. Angusina? Angusina? Is that how you pronounce it, Angus? I'm really bad. I'm an American white boy that is bad with accents or any of that stuff. Does anybody remember what time pins actually update? Because I can never remember what actual time it is. This one's 14.7, 8.1, and this one is a joint one, a couple spots, but 68.9 and 12.5. HP, HB, HB. I'm trying to figure out who you are, HB. HB, HB. I don't know. Oh, I'm gonna be able to hit somebody finally before this draw ends. Oh, he's dead. Oh, I kind of figured that, but I wasn't sure, Angus. And to be honest with you, I can't tell you how many times I felt like a jackass. Like people will have, you know, one of the girl icons in the game in the chats, so I'll think they're a girl, and I'll talk to them as a girl. Thanks, hon, or whatever. And same thing as doing it with guys, and I'll find out months later that nope. I'll find out nope. They'll just guys or girls. So I don't assume anything anymore. I try not to. Now it's just about fights and causing chaos. Season's over. We don't have time to build a fortress. Neither do they up here. Let's see. Did anybody even get close to a spring up here? Nope. They didn't. Let's check the Gondor side. Yeah, they definitely need to rework this map though. Like either have this close to a spring everywhere or nowhere. Because unfortunately there is some areas that have advantages. Yeah, no one's got it even close. Like here's one that they need to fix. Up here. Okay, this spring right here, it reaches Durance Tower, Lorien Pass, and it also reaches the tree, Caras Galadhun. See? So they need to fix that. I mean, when it works in your favor, that's awesome. You just make it and you're good for all three of these areas. But when it's used against you, it can be a game changer. Yeah, now these guys can only use really birds, except for those that are either already here or live over here. Because there's a couple over here. Presci, the Muffin Man. Yeah, Durance Tower is a relic for somebody. I remember. It's a relic task. I remember that. It's been so long since I've done any of the relic tasks. Here, you brought up relic tasks. I'm gonna bring up a relic that I still annoys me every single time I log in. How are you gonna have Frodo's relic that doesn't even have command? Yeah, this sucks. This skill sucks. That's fine. But I would use it for the stats if it had command. Why do we need anything but command? I mean, the unit defense is okay, but come on. There's a lot of things that the devs overlooked on this game. Who's here? Here we go. Why not? I keep getting them to break stuff down everywhere. Yeah, Tar Rod. I used to be a Cowboys fan, but then I stopped watching football because they're just all overpaid weenies. I got full barracks and dudes. Uh, well, I just got my ass kicked. I got good merit on that one. Yay. Z3, Z1. Okay, 200K from Dane. Okay. Oh, and then Duxon finished me off. Thanks, Duxon. Appreciate it. Baron the Duck versus Bubba Duck. Baba Duck. Hmm. There's too many ducks in this game. I know, I got killed. Okay. Yeah, I'm not even worried about building troops. Because I'm not going to do any PvP after the timer lets off. Excuse me. Oh, point going up past Zenith if I just goes up a point each. Yeah, well, once you get to Zenith, you get extra commander damage, and then every level up is an extra skill point. I mean, it's really not worth it. I mean, some people want to because they spend the money and they feel like that's going to give them that advantage, but yeah. Yeah, the tactician names because nobody changes their name. Hey, I'll be honest. I don't like changing my name also because it costs 500 gems at the beginning of the season. I'm cheap. I want my gems for the daily half point chest and the tavern tips. Speaking of, did I do the tavern tips today? Nope. Do I even have anybody that can do the tavern tips? Oh, yeah. Um, sure, sure, sure. It's also, I've never had so many 45s in a season. But I was just busy. Sure, I don't care. Don't need that. Don't need that. Oh, anybody could have done this. So how long you be in Bag End with this account, you reckon? Well, I'm not sure. Um, I know where I'm going next season. I know one team is still in the season. They're a few days behind us, behind this server. I think they're taking a week break, and then I think the other team I'm going to join to help out is 3 weeks from making a server, which is great because I have some important things going on in my life at the end of this week and next week. I should be getting another back surgery at the end of the month, which after I get off here, I have to call the doctor's office. Okay, there, now it shows up. So I'm hoping I have at least 2 weeks off, or a week and a half between the two servers. I do want to make some more commander videos, commander guides. I got a couple gear videos to do. And then, like I said, just some real life stuff, some back surgery. So I won't be live streaming. I'll probably do one live stream from the Mace and Grand server. They have 5 days left, I think. I'll probably live stream from there. Today is Tuesday, so Thursday or Friday. Oh yeah, that's what I was doing. I don't need to worry about the others because they're seasonal things. Speaking of seasonal and coming to an end, okay, silver ignits reset. You lose them at the end of every season. You keep the gold, but you lose the silver. The only thing that helps you that you can get with the silver that isn't seasonal are these right here. The ring research speed ups. Everything else is seasonal. So on your last day, oh, D's down here, sorry. The ones that take silver to buy. So on your last day, if you have extra silver ignits, just buy some of these. That way they don't go to waste. You may use them, may not. Okay, let me pull up Azog and we'll take a look at them. Ogzak, come on. I missed them. You're talking about the epic one. Where is he? Where is he? That's Ugdak. Did I? How am I missing him? Oh, there he is. Let's see. I'm going to take a closer look at this one because a couple people I've talked to have ascended him and gotten his relic. He's not really somebody that's. He's not going to be meta, that's for sure. But the problem with this relic is right here. When battling on stone producing land, it's too specific. I mean, you can use the stats, the extra HP, attack, but stone producing land, that's just way too specific. I don't like it. I wouldn't waste a mithril on it. I probably wouldn't waste mythic respect either to get him up there, but that's me. I mean, he does have the damage skills. I understand that. But they're also not that great of damage skills. Damage dealt to range units. I don't. He's got all four that does something. He's the only one that has four skills that deal damage. Yeah, he would have to be super high respect. He's super high respect because you want points in every one of these skills. Because this alone, you don't necessarily want a lot of points in here, but you want 1 point in here to help clear White Council because that's an additional hit. Um, wow. Did they change him recently with one of the updates? Because I remember him only having three, not a fourth damage skill. I mean, if you want to, you could ascend him, but if you get the relic, you're only doing it for the stats of the hit points and the attack. I mean, the focus really isn't going to matter because even though that Black Numenorian skill deals additional focus, you're still looking for commander attack, not commander focus on him. Because that's going to be like a mosquito bite in comparison to the physical damage. So, like I said, I wouldn't enhance it at all. I wouldn't strengthen it, but that's me. I can't even say how happy I am with this army. And I really want to push it on most free to play players. You get these three, and then you get your best damage dealer. Oh, let me go back down. At least now I know he was at the bottom of the list. Ah, 10, 1, 7, 10. Let's see. Um, I mean, with the lowest HP, he's looking to get kills. So he might not always get the most damage because he's hitting with the lowest HP. He's trying to get kills. So that's nice. Yes, and then 1 point in there. Um, each round for 2 rounds. Physical damage to 3 enemy formations once each round for 2 rounds. So it's consistently doing damage? Oh, on round. Okay, I see the cooldown now. Huh. Yeah, I think you're right. Probably 10, 10, 1, all the extras. Yeah, that's probably the right order. That's what I would do. Is he your main damage dealer, Angus? What's the other damage dealer you use? Oh, that's something else. Okay, Shadow's a good one. Shadow is amazing at killing White Council. You got it somewhat set up like this, or you all the way in Black Numenorian. Shadow is 10, 1, 7, 10. Yeah, that's pretty much about right. The only thing that might change that is the speed on who's acting when, because I know like on King Under the Mountains formation, he needs Shadow to act after his Sauron, and he's running a slow Sauron. So he only puts 4 points in hunting expert so that he doesn't get the initiative. But that is only for his specific army. But yeah, you're pretty much right. I mean, depending on what your base commander attack is, I mean, I you could even argue you only want 5 points in there, and then put the rest in here, because if you get it to 5, you get the defense -10. I mean, you're not going to get much damage out of the Black Numenorian skill, but it's up to you. I mean, there's nothing wrong with getting more attack depending on what you're at. I mean, if your base is like 220 or something like that, yeah, max I would put in here is 5, and then put the rest in here. But one of the most important things about this skill right here is when you are debuffed, this skill acts after you get debuffed. So say you're at 200 commander attack, Sauron hits you for 15%, so that's -30. So you'd be at um, let's see, 170, right? Yeah, you'd be at 170, and then even if you just have 5 points in here, you're looking at having those back round 4, 5, or 6, and it stacks. So that's one of the great things about Shadow, besides the fact that he just chews through White Council. Him and Saruman are the best at getting through enemy White Council. But his attack is 232, defense 79, focus 59, and 30. Yeah, I would probably just put the 5 points into the R2 hunting expert and then put the rest in Black Numenorian. Even if you only get a couple extra 100 damage out of it, it's a little extra damage, because at 232 you're not needing it to your attack to stack too much, because once you get up to what, 245, 250, then it's all overkill. It really does nothing. But you also have to plan for a debuff because of how dominant Sauron is in this game. So at 230, you're looking at, let's see, 30, then another 10. So you drop to say 185 to 190 ish at a base level Sauron debuff. Yeah, and then you're getting your attack back up and normal after a few rounds. So, okay, they gave up here. We're going to the other places. Okay. What is this? I don't understand. I think it's just for something to do. Okay. Well, I'm gonna cut off the feed now. I'm going to pretty much shut down for the day. Well, for the next few hours. I get a couple things done around the house. So, that's what I got. Thanks for sticking around with me, Angus. I know a lot of other people left after we were done and called it quits going after the Adoris. So, like I said, I'll have a live stream probably Thursday or Friday from my other server. That's their countdown started yesterday. So we got a lot to do on that one. So thanks a lot for coming by, CJ. And I will talk to you guys all later. As always, make the most out of what you got.